At Nick Lassam 7708, would you consider doing a running shoe series?
Yeah, I think we just kind of talked about that because the thing with the running shoes is like, I don't know how many people actually buy running shoes for running compared to people who buy running shoes for either like casual wear, for walking, for like comfortable wear, for style. So I'd like to figure out like how much of this like running shoe technology is actually being used for running, because that would help me inform how we did that review. Because for me, I like the running shoes because I was trying to find the perfect concert shoe. Like what has the most squish but is still stable enough. I'm not gonna roll my ankle. I can wear it standing in the hot sun for 10 hours straight without my legs completely collapsing. So we'll do it eventually. We just gotta figure out the angle. You know what I really like is, I really want, I don't even know if like these big concerts do it, but how sick would it be if I could get these big concerts to sponsor the videos, and all we'd ask for in return is like the ultra VIP tickets, because there's ultra VIP areas. Because when we were at like Welcome to Rockville, Tim the Tat Man was there, and he was never in the VIP areas because me and Dallin were trying to find him.
We're like, hey, where's Tim the Tat Man? We know he's here. Like, we want to talk to him. We want to say hi.
And so we never ran into him anywhere. And so I was like, there is an ultra VIP area somewhere. How do I get in there? Because I want the best seats. I want to be sitting next to Tim the Tat Man. And then we actually found Tim. So it's kind of a funny story. If you don't know who Tim the Tat Man is, he's a big streamer. He's good friends with Dr. Disrespect. He's really funny. If you like gaming, I'm a big fan. Well, actually, I'm not. I'm a big fan tangentially. Like, I don't watch a ton of gaming online, but I love Tim the Tat Man and these guys. It's really fun stuff. And so me and my little brother were at this concert, and we were trying our best to find Tim the whole weekend, like 4-day concert. We were there the whole day. We're on the hunt for Tim, looking at the VIP areas, looking at everything. Could not find him the very last night of the concert. I'm like, hey, Dallin, I'm gonna use the bathroom. I walk over to the bathroom, and I see Tim walking towards the bathroom. I'm like, oh, yeah. And like my little brother is the mega fan out of the two of us of Tim the Tat Man. And so I see him, I'm like, what do I say to him? Do I plug the channel? Hey, do you want to do like a video together? You know, just like all these things running through my head. And I was like, what up, Tim? And he's like, what up, man? I walked in the bathroom. I was like, I gotta find Dallin. So I took off sprinting across the entire concert trying to find my little brother. I'm like,
Dallin, so Tim the Tat Man, he's in the middle trailer bathroom in the back stall. If you go over there, you can probably catch him coming out of the bathroom, but you gotta run because he just barely went in there. I ran all the way over here. You gotta go find him.
So Dallin takes off running, goes to the bathrooms, and I'm waiting there, waiting for him to come back. He comes back, he's like, so I didn't know what to say, so I just was like, hey Tim, big fan. And Tim was just like, oh, thanks, dude, and walked away. And he's like, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. And I was like, I had the exact same experience. I don't know what to say to like an actual famous person. So Tim the Tat Man, if you're watching this, I want to be friends. I don't know. Gosh, I don't know. What up? But yeah, what up, Tim? There's no way he watches this. But it was a fun experience. So roundabout way of answering your question, I'm trying to just get in the Tim the Tat Man section of concerts. So hopefully one day one of these concert promotion guys will be like, yeah, let's gamble on promoting a concert on a shoe channel. Atlas VPN was developed by top cybersecurity and IT engineers in 2019 to make the internet safer and more accessible for everybody. And if you don't know what a VPN is, it stands for Virtual Private Network, which is achieved by using encryption over a public network, but in layman's terms, it's internet security. And we all know that incognito mode isn't really hiding any information or data, but with Atlas VPN, you can search the web with real and organic search results and do it without tracking your activity. And if you're like me, you end up making some sketchy impulse buys online on maybe not the safest sites, but so it's important for people like us to protect our data from thieves and from other malicious tricks that try to steal all your credit card, your shipping information, any information they can get, they're trying to get. And that's why a VPN is important. So use the links in the description and get Atlas VPN for just $1.83 a month. Because Atlas VPN also stops ads, malware, and any malicious links and trackers, and they'll notify you if someone's trying to steal your data. And you can access your favorite content from all across the world. You can stream things that are only available in certain countries by switching your VPN to that country, allowing you to access different games, videos, and other content you can only get in those countries. And Atlas is one of the best deals on the market, and you can get unlimited devices and a single subscription, and they offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. So go grab this deal with Atlas VPN via links in my description. So thanks again to Atlas VPN for sponsoring this video, and check them out below.
At Roberts and Gren 9389. Two-part question regarding leather. You ready?
Yes, I love a multi-part question.
How thick, roughly, is the grain section of leather? Sometimes there's a little grain in a very poor leather. Does that mean that someone has split off a section of pure grain to make gloves or something similar?
Yeah, so I would say it's hard. Just off the top of my head, I'm guessing the average grain is about 1.5 millimeters thick of a full grain, unadulterated hide that hasn't been sanded, hasn't been done anything to it, like about 1.5 millimeters. But it also depends on the animal, depends on how old the animal is, depends on the area the animal came from. There's so many factors. That's why we don't put very, very specific numbers to some of these things, because there's so much variability that you almost can't form a standard deviation because the deviation is so large.
Sometimes there's a little grain in a very poor leather. Does that mean that they have split off a section to make gloves or something?
Yeah, so like a hide is, sometimes a hide can be like literally not half an inch, like 3/8, maybe it is a half. Yeah, probably sometimes you get hides that are like half an inch thick. And so anytime you use a thinner or you buy a thinner leather thing, they've already split it down to a fraction of its original weight, because nobody's trying to have a wallet with like 4 inches of leather. And so anytime you buy a product, they've already split it down 99% of the time. And then they use that remnants, whether it comes from the grain that they've sanded off and it's just fibers now, or that split section of like that suede leather. They'll either reuse that as suede, or they'll grind it up and add it to like the top bits that they sanded off and do what's called reconstituted leather, where they'll take leather fibers, throw a bunch of rubber into it, and then that rubber like solidifies it and makes it an actual usable material. It's kind of like a cork natural outsole, where they combine properties of rubber and cork. Same thing with reconstituted leather. Leather fibers plus rubber equals a subpar material in my opinion. But honestly, I think more than anything, like that reconstituted leather is just like a marketing ploy to be able to use the word leather in a product when it doesn't deserve the word leather. So that's what they use it for, and it's kind of shady.
At Heart Party Marty.
That's a cool username.
Hearty Party Marty. Who determines cut center score?
That's a good question. I don't even know, because sometimes I'm like, hey, that was a good cut. Like, that does not deserve a 6. And I like I'll jokingly get after whoever did it from time to time. But other times I'm like, hey, try to score them. Like, don't just throw arbitrary numbers in there. Like, it defeats the whole purpose. And it also like confuses people when because we get comments every day. People are like, what is the cut center score? And fortunately, our comment section is the nicest comment section in the world. And they're like, oh, just so you know, it's like this joking thing where it started forever ago, and it's just all about like how straight he can cut the backstay, because it's literally out of his view of like what he's cutting. And so it's just kind of like this jokey thing of like, how close did he get to having like a straight cut?
He also asks, or he, she, them, what would a perfect 10 be, and what's the worst to date?
So now to the final result of which is the worst cut score ever. Our Ariats, what does it say?
Our Ariat real cowboy boots.
Why did I get a 1? Why was that so bad? I feel like someone just I must have like gotten after somebody at work, and they're like, you know what, I'll get back at him. We'll give him a 1 on his cut center score. That's probably what happened.
At Sweetorello.
What?
Sweetorello.
You guys need to work on your usernames.
What is your favorite boot made from exotic leather? Also, please more exotic leather boot videos.
Well, kangaroo leather's always been really interesting to me, because allegedly it's the strongest leather in the world per thickness. So obviously if you compare it to like a big slab of cowhide compared to a tiny little slab of kangaroo, obviously the cowhide is going to be stronger because it's like 10 times the thickness. But if you skive that cowhide down to just the grain, compare it to kangaroo at the same thickness, kangaroo is allegedly a lot stronger. I would like to do the kangaroo again. I know Stridewise has talked about doing like a kangaroo collab with a brand or something. So since we're on like the Rose Anvil builds train now, we finally launched. I can finally start talking about some of the ideas and concepts we've been playing with, and also put the flag in the ground. So if anyone copies us, you can look back to this video and be like, yeah, see, they copied them. So we wanted to do crocodile Crocs. Take like the concept of Crocs and make it look as close to a real pair of Crocs as possible, while having the whole thing made out of crocodile skin. but make it like in a traditional way with like the right materials. Make it look as much like a croc as possible, but like a traditional croc made out of crocodile leather. So we're working on that video right now, and it'll probably be out in the next couple months. So once again, go subscribe to the Rose Anvil Builds channel if you're not, because we're doing some really fun stuff, and the more support we get, the more wacky stuff we're able to do. One thing I'd really like to do with like exotic hides is like do a true like cordovan comparison. Compare like the Italia Toscana cordovan, the Horween cordovan, and the Shinki Hikaku cordovan. They're like the 3 big players in the cordovan space, and I'd like to do a comparison to just see who makes the best cordovan, who makes the best leather, and I'd like to do that. And there's also some like sturgeon leather out there, and some some elephant. There's a bunch of really cool leathers out there that we definitely need to do. So I actually appreciate you bringing that up, because sometimes we get stuck in the weeds a little bit and we forget to do the really interesting things that people want to see, like crazy leathers.
Are there any forbidden leathers?
Yeah, like some of them, like I was talking to Gareth from Jim Green, and I was like, hey, what are the chances you could build me this particular boot in elephant leather? Because they have like a really big, chunky, like elephant print boot. And I was like, could you make that for me, but out of elephant leather? He's like, well, let me check into the laws and regulations before I commit to this. And so there's definitely some like sketchy stuff out there, and you want to make sure you're sourcing it from like not just people that claim that they're legally selling them, but you want to check to make sure that there's actually checks and balances, and they've got certifications that you can actually check out from like the people that regulate this kind of stuff. So just do your due diligence if you're interested in crazy leathers, or don't, whatever, do whatever you want. I don't care, but err on the side of taking care of your due diligence first.
At FreakNerd01, what other skills / hobbies do you have outside of Rose Anvil?
Well, honestly, for the last like 6 years since I really started taking this business seriously, I cut out like everything. I cut out most of my hobbies. I cut out most of my, I wouldn't say I cut out my relationships, but like I just didn't hang out with friends nearly as much. I didn't go out and do a lot more like the things I used to do. And so as this channel's become more successful, which has helped the other side of the business, and as we've hired more and more talented employees, because right now we have an absolute team of assassins. We've got everyone that works here is so good at what they do. They're so motivated. Everyone's improving and engaged in what we're doing, that it actually makes it to a point. Shout out to Daniel Skeen, killing it, absolutely. It makes it so that I actually can have a little bit more free time in my life to do some stuff that I enjoy. So what do I actually enjoy doing? I've been getting pretty big into mountain biking. I love doing that in the summer, because me and my homies, we go out, and it's a good workout. It's fun, it's nice and flowy, and it has the same feeling as like skateboarding or longboarding that I used to really enjoy in college and in high school, with like carving bowls and all that, like dropping in. It has a very similar feel without me. I guess mountain biking is just as dangerous, but like you can, like if you wipe out on a skateboard, you can blow out your brain, versus a mountain bike, at least you have a helmet on. Well, I don't know, I'm like contradicting myself, because you're supposed to wear a helmet when skateboarding. At
Calabasatap, why haven't you reviewed true Mac toe boots? Love from Estonia.
True Mac toe boots? I'm assuming you meant mock toe boots and not like either Macintosh boots or McDonald boots. That would be sick to do, like make a like copy Goral's concept and be like, can we make boots out of stuff that you buy from McDonald's? Like you just buy like a Happy Meal, you use the cardboard box, you use like the Egg McMuffin as a midsole. Why haven't I reviewed true mock toe boots? Like, are we talking like Russell moccasins that I'm assuming in Yucatan? So those are some of the true moccasins, where it's like a true moccasin construction, which if you have no idea what we're talking about, watch the Everything You Need to Know About Mock Toe Boots on this Rose Anvil 2 channel. It's like 5 videos ago, and that goes through everything you need to know about mock toes, hence the title. So the reason we haven't done it is there is no reason really. I've reached out to Yucatan, never heard back. And then Russell Moccasins was a really small, old school operation that they just sold the business to a couple of younger dudes, and I'm friendly with them. I've like DM'd back and forth when we were out in Milwaukee. He's like, bro, come say hi. I was like, already left, so like we could easily do like a Russell Moccasin video this year at some point. But once again, like the previous Q&A, not every brand wants to be blown up immediately, and not that we have the biggest impact on the world. So, yeah, that's a good enough answer.